This section of the course is called Going Global, and as you can imagine, this is to do with the modern phenomenon of globalization. This term has become part of everyday language, yet it is not always well understood, and indeed it means subtly different things in different contexts. But we're doing a geography course. So for geographers, globalization refers to the increasing interconnectedness of places in the world. In a sense, globalization has been around for a long time, and actually you could argue a few hundred years since people have been able to circumnavigate the globe. If we think about what interconnectedness is, we will see it is about networks, and networks are links between hubs or nodes. So every human settlement is a hub, and every form of connection between settlements are links. And you can imagine a simple network. These are hubs. Any human settlement can be a hub, and then a link is anything that joins those hubs. So these could be villages, they can be cities, these could be roads, they can be railways, whatever it is. And globalization means that we're getting more and more of these links between more and more places, and so our networks become increasingly complicated with different kinds of linkages between all the different places on them. But what are the links for? Can you list what moves along the links? We can probably identify 4 key areas which are important to us establishing the links that exist and the measures that make up globalization. The first key group that moves along links is people. People move for a variety of reasons. There is normal migration, which would usually be for economic reasons, for jobs, or could be to join family that have moved previously. There are refugees, people who are being forced to move because of conflict and other situations. There are things like holidays. People move increasingly around the world just for a short period of time and go further and further for those holidays. Secondly, we have goods and services which move around the world along these links, and really we're talking about trade there. Whether they're big bulky things moving on ships and lorries and trains, or whether they're services, indeed paid for services can even move across the internet. Which brings us to information. Information is another commodity that moves between places along links. And you know, there's so many examples. There's the news, there is business info, there is the idea of family calls, people telephoning or using Skype or something like that. Huge numbers of reasons for information to be passing around the world. And finally, there is money. And so banks now are massive global corporations, so they have bank transfers, both ones initiated by you, corporations and themselves, and of course government gets involved in that in the financial system, driving the transfer of money in very digital terms in the modern world. So for geographers, it's the movement of people, goods and services, information and money along a variety of links between places that what makes up globalization, and the increasing number of those links, the further extension of those links, the multiplication of those links, these are the patterns that we are interested in.